with the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit. Turn. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. So Miami signals for a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The run inside. It's Fletcher. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
That's caught. It's Vaughn. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Throwing, Mensah. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Off the RPO, complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Wants to throw again. They've got the screen set up. Turning it on. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run.
Touchdown, Miami! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Throwing, Carr. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Bringing the heat. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Turns it on in midfield. Still on his feet. He got loose, almost ousted, finally dragged down at the 32.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Carr. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Running inside, it's Fletcher. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Canes will hustle to the line. Pulls and fires complete. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Mensa. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Got it down the field. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And another big play for this offense. How about this offense coming out on fire, throwing the football all over the yard, making big plays? This is a tough unit to stop this defense. They better find some answers, or he's going to throw for more yards in this game than he ever has.
The run inside. It's Fletcher. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They go right back to it. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Here's Darian Mensa to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one. And you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that 4th down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
They march to the red zone, and here they go. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Darian Mensa from the gun on 3rd down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it could go any direction. Those are the type plays, man. The catch is there to be made. The offense could make it, but the physicality of the defense in the end zone to prevent that big touchdown.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive life moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Gets the back moving. They'll keep it on the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. On target. Oh, he got loose. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Motion from the wideout. Pulls it and fires to the left. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Throws to the tight end. Grabs it, and he will score! Touchdown, Irish!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And they did tack on the extra point. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He gets a block. Rams him with the stiff arm. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Here's Mensah to throw. Setting up the screen. Hard running there. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And it's something you learn as a pass rusher all the time, man. If I beat that tackle immediately, right away, there's usually a reason. They're wanting me to run upfield. He plays the screen beautifully. The defensive end stays home, sees it, makes a tackle on the running back, and prevents the big play.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throws for the tight end. That's caught. It's Lofton. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Throwing, Mensah. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're dealing with a second and long. Running inside. It's Fletcher. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Quick release by the QB. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. So here they come on 4th and long. This play made much more difficult by that 3rd down penalty. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. And the Canes will have it 1st and 10. Mensah. Here comes the heat. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Here's a heat. It's complete to the right. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Working that left side now. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25. Stopped at the 26. Comes onto the field ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Throwing. Carr. Williams open on the right side. Running through contact. Discards him with the stiff arm. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Might be changing the route. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Carr. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Carr. Complete to Williams over the middle. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Play fake. Carr. Rushes on him. Finds his tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. That's exactly where the quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people in the defense right now. They have no idea who's getting it next.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. Makes the grab on the left. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That one will give them the lead.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. The run inside. It's Fletcher. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Red pass, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Hurricanes headed quickly to the line. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Caught. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Play action. Carr. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. Spits it out to the back. Pulls it in. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Play action, C.J. Carr. Going for it all. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play.
Here we go, ready? Red 18, red 18. Red, shift. Ready, go.
The give is to Williams. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing right. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Fourth down, Carr. Tried everything to get that one last yard, but the defense got him out of bounds and made the play.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Here's Darian Menson a throw. Makes the catch. It's Lofton. Makes the grab in their space. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and the level the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. There's 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter. They become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
The RPO, it's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's Mensah to throw. Touchdown, Canes! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Set to kick this one.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And, man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He wants to change this route. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Throws to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Throwing Mensah. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
Set to advance on the football.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's Carr to throw. On the left side, grabbed by Williams. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
1st down and 10. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Back to throw, it's Carr. That's caught by Williams. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Running inside, it's Williams. At midfield, he's got room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Mensah. Looking long. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Makes the catch, but it's incomplete.
And it's been fun to watch this QB execute today because he's shown you a little bit of everything. He's shown you the fastball. He's shown you the changeup, the ability to throw to all parts of the field, and he's still taking shots. Even after having 4 touchdowns, you can tell they feel confident in him. He's confident, and he's still throwing the football down the field.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Under fire. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter, so you just try to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
The run inside. It's Williams. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Fires to the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Here's Mensah to throw. Pressure coming. Unleashes one. Makes a connection. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
And the Hurricanes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. Takes a hit as he fires.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. After this, it'll be a wrap. Reads it, fires complete. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all three phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.